Hello, and welcome back to part 2 of Paul and Andy's drive to the Lake District. So we're just leaving Andy's now. This is the Preston New Road end of Blackburn, and very very steep these streets, and across that's Leamington Road. And right at the very very top of that road, at the last section before you get to Revage Road, is where we used to live. Happy days. We were there for 15 years, and yeah, we had some happy years up there, but we had to move. So this part takes us from Andy's to the junction 31 of the M6 motorway, taking in sort of Beardwood part of Blackburn and Mellor Brook. We go past where Salisbury Hall is. That's worth a visit. Lovely place. Len and me went there a few years ago. And then you come to the 5 Bar Gate junction when it meets the A677 meets the A59. And then if you go straight on, that takes you to junction 31 of the motorway. And there's a story about the that road there that takes you past sort of the turning for Roach Bridge, and anyone who's local to here will know exactly where that is. I always remember when Lynn and me were married, we went on honeymoon to Devon in the southwest of England, on a camping honeymoon on the motorbike, and this is the bike that we were on, and that's taken in Devon, and what a fantastic honeymoon it was, wonderful. But we were set off early, coming down this road here, and when we got to the 5 Bar Gate, it just goes through the traffic lights there. The junction's changed beyond recognition now to what it was then. And Lynn's tapping me on my shoulder, pull in. So there's a lay-by just near the Roach Bridge turn off, so pulls in there, and what had happened, the luggage on the bike, so we had like panniers, leather panniers that went over the pillion seat. We had a top box, and on top of that was a small suitcase, like a fabric suitcase with a zip, in a dustbin bag, obviously to stop it from getting wet should it rain, and on top of that was the tent. I can't remember how big the tent was, but it was it was sort of probably a 2 or 3 man tent, and what had happened, the whole lot had slid across the top box lid. Now the top box lid was made of fiberglass, I think, the top box, so it's shiny, it's slippery, and the whole lot had shifted. So what to do? Basically, I didn't have enough bungees, so that was the problem. So we're sort of securing it best we could, and just then, I don't know how long we've been there, not long, there was a biker that came past. Now bear in mind, this is early morning, and he was obviously either off on a ride, off to work, whatever, but he pulled in and he said, can I help you? Are you struggling, or are you resting, or what? So I explained what the problem was, and so he reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out an octopus of bungees, brand new. He said, I always carry spares, you know, you're welcome to them. You know, that was incredible kindness. It really was so kind. You know, we didn't know him, but I mean, you know, this is what bikers do. You know, we look after each other, and you know, I've pulled in before now, checked on people who have parked up, you know, in unusual spots, you know, or whatever, just asking if everything's okay, and so, you know, throughout, you know, me biking time, I never came across anyone who was struggling, I don't think, but how kind, you know. It really was generous that he gave me those bungees. So, you know, we strapped it all up, and the whole lot was fine until we got to Somerset, which is, I think, where we camped first. You know, we didn't sort of stop in Devon first. You know, it was a bit further up in Somerset. So yeah, so it was fantastic. So here we are, just about to go past Salisbury Hall on the right hand side down here. As I say, Lynn and me went visiting the hall probably about 3 or 4 years ago, might be more. How time flies. And they had, at that time, a display of the Titanic memorabilia. And it really captured my imagination, and I bought the book by Lightoller. I can't remember his first name, and yeah, it was a great sort of display, and you know, of artifacts from the ship, and a lot of photographs, you know, and it really captured the imagination. And then we went to where was it? I think it was in the library in the town. We went for a talk on the subject, and again, it was so informative, you know, it really was. Yeah. So yeah, this used to be the main way to get on the M6. I mean, now, going from home, from where we live, you know, you pick up the M65, and then it, you know, you get on the M61 briefly, and then it's the M6 North. I think mileage wise, it's probably further, but of course it would be motorway. It's a lot quicker. So, you know. So this is the 5-bar-gate junction at Salisbury, and if just after this garage up here, there's a left turn that takes you. There's a brewery down there, Whitbreads. I think it's still there, and eventually you'll come to High Walton, which is near Preston. So it's, you know, it's nice countryside, you know. Now this lay-by is somewhere down here, possibly that one. I think it is that one, because it was fairly flat. It wasn't. I don't think it was on a hill. You know, I think there's another one down here, but I think it was that one. I'm almost certain. You know, so yeah. So we're off to initially for Caton for Bacon Butty. Andy's never been there, and you know, so it's all new to Andy, and it was good to take him out. You know, it really was. We're friends from school days. I have a photograph on the lounge wall of our class, Mr. Bentley's class, and I think it's around about 1973. So, and I'm stood next to Andy, you know, and yeah, as a 9-10 year old, and yeah, where's the years gone? So yeah, so he's a good friend, and he's as I've said on previous videos, he works for himself. He's a computer engineer. The company's called Countywide computer services. Look him up on the internet, and he deserves all the success that that he gets, because he's good. I mean, he built my PC that I'm working on this now, which is a Windows 10 PC, and the specs are very, very good. It's got a hybrid hard drive. So right, well, we've reached the end of part 2, so we'll see you on part 3. Okay, bye for now.